Hello, everyone. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I am Teacher Oakley, and as we did yesterday at this time, we're going to do another role play class. Yay! Today, we'll be having a board meeting. Okay, students, we'll take on roles of different department heads in our company. ABC widgets. And we're going to be making a decision now. Everybody will have their own position, and you're also going to have your own personal agenda, your own motivation for the decision you want to make in the meeting, which I will share with you one at a time. And our topic for this meeting is going to be employee burnout. So while we wait for people to join the class, we're going to talk about what is burnout, what are symptoms of burnout, what are we talking about here? Hello, Heidi. Welcome to the class.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Likewise, always, of course. And good morning. Good morning, Gregory.
Good morning, Oakley. Good morning, hi, everybody.
Hello, hello. And Jorge is with us again today. Hello, Jorge. Good to have you back. Nice to see you. Good evening, Jorge. Hello. Are you in?
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm already perspiring though. It's going to be hot here in the Philippines today.
Yesterday, Barack
Really?
Obama returned to America, right?
What's that?
Barack Obama.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's gone now.
How about that?
Yeah, well, you know, I forgot about it kind of, and well, back of my mind. And I live up near the Clark Air Force Base, and I wasn't thinking about it. It's just north of Manila, but all day long there were, especially 2 days ago, the 28th, there was planes. There were planes that kept flying over my house. The thing is, where I live, the commercial air traffic is kind of far away. I don't even notice it. But when they have military aircraft, they go this way. They fly right over my house. And I was thinking, what is going on? Are there military exercises all day? There's C-130s and different fighter jets flying over my house.
He visited such a place, right? Military camp.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the new policies. They're going to open that up to American troops again.
So we're stationed in the Philippines in the future.
Right, and it's quite close to where I live, actually. So I suppose they were providing cover, or I don't know what they do, but they were quite active. Took me a little while to catch on. Oh, yeah, it's because Obama's here, right. All right, it's quieted down now. It's very quiet now. No more planes. So, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now to our topic. We're going to talk about burnout in the workplace. What am I? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Heidi, do you know what burnout is?
Burnout? Tired?
Burnout.
Fatigue? No?
It's kind of an idiomatic
Yes,
word.
when you are very
Fatigue.
when you are very tired because you are working a lot.
Yes. Okay. Definitely. Okay. Heidi, fatigue. This is one of those tricky words that has second syllable stress. Yeah. Fatigue.
Fatigue.
Right.
You see fatigue.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it has to do with fatigue and being tired. That you're absolutely correct. Also, burnout, the expression has an element of just being not only tired but sick and tired, sick of your job. Ah, I don't know if you guys have ever felt like, you wake up in the morning, I just don't want to go to work today, and you have to drag yourself to work, and it just feels like torture. That's you're feeling burnt out is what that is. Not only are you physically or mentally tired, you're just really sick of going to your job. You can't handle you don't want to handle the pressures involved. Uh, okay.
My dictionary say other meaning of this word.
Oh yeah.
Burn, it just to be burned.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm of course thinking about it. We're kind of gonna do a business role play today, so I was thinking about it in the more abstract meaning. But yeah, a building is burnt out. It's all burnt down. So when you see a building that just the structure is still there, but everything inside is burnt, it's a burnt out building. Okay. Yes, it has a very physical meaning. That's quite true. And actually, to tell you the truth, it also has a third meaning, a slang meaning. If someone is a burnout, it's a person. It can refer to a person who's taken too many drugs and their mind is not all there. So really, there's actually three meanings. I was focusing on the meaning uh, related to the workplace. You are correct, actually, Gregory. Okay. Uh, well, what causes burnout? Well, many things cause burnout, but uh, okay. Giancarlo, welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher. Thank you.
Hello. Okay. If you, I'm going to share with you a little list before we get started on our role play of what may cause burnout. Secondly, well, first of all, do you know anybody who is a workaholic, or have you known someone who is a workaholic?
I have a friend. He's going to this way.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, the aholic suffix is used obviously for alcoholic, workaholic, maybe shopaholic, somebody who can't stop shopping. All right, somebody who's addicted to whatever the root word is. Okay, so it's a common suffix, but workaholic, they can't stop working. So let me share with you a little list of you may be a workaholic.
I have a question.
Yeah. Sure, shoot.
In Spanish, we have a similar expression, but we have another meaning about this. I don't know if in English is similar. When you burn itself, because you had a very nice, successful, but it was very fast, and you burned it itself, and you are not popular anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. That's very interesting. Um, the sort of example in the physical sense is like a rocket ship that goes up, and it goes up very fast, but then it burns out. Okay, no more fuel.
Exactly.
And then it crashes. So yeah, actually, I could say the pop star's career burnout after his second album, for example. So a career can burn out. Yes, actually. All right. Well, thank you guys. Actually, there's a fourth possible meaning, and you're absolutely correct, Jorge. Yes, that's definitely an acceptable use and definition. Very good. All right. Terrific. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Actually, uh, a similar idiom might be to another related idiom or expression, not really burnout, but related, so I'll share it. To burn, have you, maybe we'll see if anybody's heard of this. Hang on, I'm typing it into the Verbling chat box. Somebody who's a workaholic, for example, we might use this expression. They are burning the candle at both ends. Yeah, that, that pretty much says it right there. So to burn the candle at both ends, okay, well, if you can visualize it, a candle burning at both ends, you're going to be used up twice as fast, quite clearly. So if a person is burning the candle at both ends, it means they never stop, they never rest, they're just going, 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 which means they may be headed for a workout. Let me share. Let's talk about these a little bit. These little phrases, work from dawn to dusk. Heidi, have you ever, here's another sort of expression to talk about someone working too hard. Have you ever worked from dawn to dusk? When you owned, you owned your business, did you work from dawn to dusk?
No.
No, good for you. Okay, you may be headed for a burnout. You may be a workaholic if you do these things.
Before, my husband was kind of workaholic.
Really?
Yeah, before. He went out at 5 or 6 a.m. and returned 11. So 11.
Oh my goodness, that's way too much. When I was younger, I used to be able to work like that. Now, it's totally, even physically impossible. Never mind my mental health. Yeah. Giancarlo, do you, okay, seldom takes their full holiday entitlement, meaning their vacations. Giancarlo, do you take your vacations? When you can get them?
Yeah, I took my
Yeah,
vacations ago.
good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I took some vacations 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Where did you go? Did you go anywhere or just relax? Oh,
Yeah, I visited two different places here in Mexico, Cuernavaca and Puebla. Both are terrific places to relax and to have a
okay.
rest there. So it was wonderful.
All right. Well, there you go. You are preventing a burnout, relieving stress. Okay. Uh, okay. Jorge, do you ever take time to exercise? To take time away from work to do to have some exercise?
Yes, but I think I have seasons. I usually take time for exercise, maybe 3 weeks, but then
Uh,
I stop,
I see.
and after some time, I restart to do exercise.
Okay. Okay. In English, we might say on again, off again. On again, off again, exercise. Okay, so something that, well, exactly as you described. You do for a while consistently, then stop, and then on and off again. Okay. These are all signs that you may be headed for a burnout. Gregory, how are you at time management? Do you manage your time well, do you think?
I think I manage my time, but I don't have time for management. Uh,
That's funny. Okay.
I so busy all day. I wake up early and have two classes, and parallel I'm working and I drilling the words in these 2 hours. And when I go to the work, I listen audiobooks, and in the rest, all people going to dinner. I learn English, and after this, I make homework with my daughter and bring her to additional classes. And after they can make home duties. So what rest for manage? Nothing.
Okay. Okay. I've never heard somebody say that, but for me that's extremely funny. It's ironic. I don't have time for time management. That's really funny. Okay, just a little feedback. You said I go to the work. You don't need the in that phrase.
Okay,
You go to work.
go
Just
to work.
go
Yeah.
to work. Okay. And also, you use the verb make. I make homework with my daughter, and I make home duties. Actually, both of those object nouns, we would use the verb do. So you help your daughter do her homework. We always do schoolwork, okay? Uh,
Mhm.
do a paper, do an essay. I have to do an essay for class. I have to do my math homework. And also home duties, we do. Okay, I have to do the laundry. I have to do the dishes. I have to do the housework. Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
you're very welcome. That is a classic. I'm gonna totally remember that. I do not have time for time management. I really like that. Okay, Heidi. All right. Do you know anyone who spends all their free time behind a desk?
Ah,
So
freedom behind the desk. Me.
yeah, you. You're behind a desk right now.
Desk on the desk, this computer.
Hmm. Okay. Of course, this may be misleading. What are they doing behind the desk? Are they doing work? Are they playing,
Somebody,
Angry
the
Birds?
person doesn't work in the company.
Right.
Only stay.
Uh, okay. If someone may be headed for a burnout if they find themselves drinking pints of coffee every day. Giancarlo, are you a coffee drinker?
No, teacher, I hate coffee. To be
You hate
honest,
coffee. Okay.
if I drink a cup of coffee, uh, I can sleep at night, so I prefer to avoid it. It makes me nervous, and no, it's really bad for me, coffee. I prefer to drink, I don't know, well, there are two different drinks I avoid, teacher, Coke and coffee. They are
Coke and
bad for
coffee.
health.
Really? I
Coke and
mix them to
coffee.
Giancarlo, I mix them together.
No, teacher, it's a bad habit, believe me.
I'm, I'm exaggerating a little. Okay.
And of course it's true, it's true what I am saying. If I drink a cup of coffee, I can sleep at night, believe me.
I myself, I drink coffee in the morning when I wake up, but that's the only time, and that's it. One cup of coffee, a small cup of coffee, when I wake up, but that's it.
Yeah. Here in Mexico,
Yeah.
teacher, there are some Starbucks cafes,
Oh,
and there are
of
a
course
lot
there
of
are.
people. Yeah, a lot of people drinking coffee there. I don't know how can they spend their money buying those kind of coffees because, in my personal point of view,
Yeah.
it's the worst coffee I've ever had in my life. There are some cafes here called Bips,
Uh-huh.
and another is Starbucks. I said that, and another one is sunburns. There are three different chains of cafes here in Mexico,
Hmm.
and in my personal point of view, the worst one is Vips, and the second one is Starbucks. I don't
Yeah.
know what do you think. You must be an expert. Tell me.
Oh, I enjoy Starbucks as long as someone else is paying.
In Philippines, it's very expensive. Huh?
Uh, I had a boss I was working with for about 3 years, and he loved Starbucks, and he would take me there, and he would treat me every time. So that was great, no problem.
Mm,
But I
okay.
very rarely go there of volition, my own volition on my own decision. Very rarely. Uh, by the way, I think they've recently opened a Starbucks on the moon. I wouldn't be surprised. They're 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 everywhere. They're taking over. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Jorge, are you good at delegating tasks?
Mm,
How do you?
sometimes it's difficult, but I have had a good experience when I have a delegate task, and I think is the best way that you can do.
Okay, when I have delegated tasks, have delegated so that we're
Delegate
using
it.
present perfect, the past action that still could happen now. All right, we need the past participle. Have delegated. Okay. I think it is the best way to do it, or I think it is the best thing to do. Yeah. Okay. I agree with you. This is something that I am really bad at, to be quite honest, which is probably why I work for
Yeah.
myself now.
The
So,
the problem is to find the correct person
yeah,
that
true.
who you can trust your task.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for me, that person is usually me, which again is probably why I work on my own now for myself. Uh, Gregory, okay, you talked about your family. It seems like you manage, even though you have very tight schedules. Okay, seems like you manage to still spend time with your family. Yes.
Sure. I like my spend time with my family. Sure, it's best time of my day with my daughter and my wife, and sometimes my son come to visit me, or I am go to his family, and I hope it's not a little time. I
Yeah.
try to spend more time with my family, but not always it's going on,
Mhm. Mhm.
unfortunately. But I like it.
Yeah. Me too. I'm with you 100%. This is something I'm pretty good at. I manage to spend some time with my family.
When I want to spend some time, I dedicate um, dedicate it to my family only.
Yeah. I think that's a good priority to have. Gregory, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I agree with you. Uh, Heidi, have you ever had difficulty sleeping?
No, I can.
Never. No.
Yeah.
Do you know the English word for that when a person has difficulty sleeping? The more formal
Yes.
word?
Yes, I forgot.
Okay, I'll remember for you. It's it's insomnia.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. Ooh, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Yes, insomnia. Insomnia, by the way, it can mean that you can't fall asleep, but it can also mean that you keep waking up all night. So either way, you're really not getting enough sleep. Uh, actually, Giancarlo, have you ever had insomnia?
Oh yes, 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 frequently. I have noticed that when I am worried about anything, or maybe I have a problem or something to fix here, personal or maybe talking about jobs, most of the time I suffer from insomnia. I can sleep, and it's terrible, teacher. So
Yes.
in fact, I went to the doctor some weeks ago because I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping just 2 or 3 hours a night. So he told me that the best option is just to avoid your problems or fix your problems, personal problems, or maybe job problems, or any problem that I had. He told me that, and it worked. I fixed them. I and I could. I finally could sleep like an angel
Like an
because
angel.
because like an angel
Uh,
because before that I was taking some tea, Bax teas, Bax tea, Bax
okay.
tea. I I bought some in the supermarket, and of course I don't like to take a medicine, so I prefer all the natural stuff. And in Mexico, there are many interesting plants about I mean talking about insomnia and talking about all that kind of diseases or and I took valeriana and I took another herb. I don't remember the name right now,
Hmm.
but they are very good and they work. If you suffer from insomnia or you are nervous or something, take just one bag of tea, this kind of tea, and
Hmm.
you are going to sleep very, very well. You don't
Hmm.
need to drink coffee, you don't need to drink Coke, you don't need to smoke, nothing at all. Just drink your tea and you will sleep very, very good.
Okay. Hmm. Uh, have, actually, you and anyone else, back when I used to work really, really hard when I was younger, I used to have dreams about work, really weird dreams about work. Uh, Giancarlo, have you ever had like dreams about work that you were at work and I don't know, you're naked or you're. I used to have the most crazy dreams under pressure,
Uh, uh,
people yelling at me. I don't know, strange dreams. Have you ever had dreams
excuse
about
me,
work,
can you
Ed?
repeat? Dreams about work?
Yeah.
It means that when I am at home, I think about my job and I have some
No, no,
problems
no.
talking about my
Sleeping,
job.
actual sleeping dreams. You're sleeping and you have a dream, more like a nightmare, actually.
Uh-huh. Yes, teacher. Yes, I remember some years ago when I was working in hotels, in the hotel industry. Uh, I mean, my boss was very demanding and very strict with me, and I was in charge of the night shift in the hotel, so everything must be impeccable there. So
Mm-hmm.
when I returned home, I was worried about any single detail I made during the shift, and I
Yeah.
say, okay, did I check it? Did I do that? Did I this? Did I
Yeah.
call? Did I? Oh my goodness! Yeah, it's terrible, terrible, terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes. I call them work mares. Anybody else in the class have nightmares about your work? Anybody?
Yes, of course.
I
Of
have
course. Really?
daymars about my
Day
work.
mares. Okay. Very good. Yeah, it is terrible. It's the worst kind of nightmare, honestly. Okay. All these are a list of things that tell you you might be headed for a burnout, or maybe you are working too hard. Perhaps you're becoming a workaholic. Last one here, Jorge. Uh, Somebody who is determined to make an impact in the workplace. All right, you're trying to make a big impression. A lot of times, new employees, especially. Have you ever felt that you were in this position, Jorge, where you really feel like you need to
Yeah,
show them what you got? Yeah.
I think you said the perfect example. Usually, when I was a new
Mm,
employee,
yeah.
and you have to show your skills
Right.
because it's your opportunity to stay there.
Right.
Because yeah, when you are in your element after some time, after a time, yeah, you can be more relaxed. But at
Yeah.
the first time, yes, I had done something like this.
Uh-huh. Speaking about that, actually, follow-up question. Is different in different countries, but here in the Philippines, where I am now, people don't get hired. You're not really hired when you're hired. You're hired um, on a sort of you're on parole. You're hired on in a probationary period. Okay, so they give you a probationary. You're a probationary hire. Uh, which basically means you're not really protected by much of a contract, and basically they can let you go. Maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months. So, as we were saying, you really have to show them what you got. You really have to impress them. Otherwise, they can just drop you because you're not really protected by a contract. This does not work this way in America. In America, you're hired, you're hired. That nobody gets hired on a probationary with a probationary contract. Of course, they have interns in America, so you may do an internship, and of course, they can decide to hire you or not. Interns aren't even paid; they may get a few benefits like food or something. I don't know, but uh, or hey, do they have a practice in your country to hire somebody on a probationary basis?
Yes, this is a common situation.
Really?
Yeah, because there are some industries that work for a seasons when that industry have a height or a field work in that time, but
Mm-hmm.
some people is hired for this time. But when the
Mm-hmm.
season has finished, uh, there those people is
Are
laid off,
are laid
are
off.
are
Yeah, yeah.
are laid off. Yes.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I used to work in a seasonal job, or it is seasonal work. You have a seasonal job. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's an interesting model, and it's very common here in the Philippines. I never really experienced it before I came here. Okay. Burnout. All right. We are now going to do in the second half of the class. Let's do our role play. We're going to have a meeting. I was waiting to see if anybody else showed up, but waiting has long enough. I am going to be the boss. All right. I'm calling a meeting of my top managers. That is you guys. Uh, you are my top managers. We have to decide how to alleviate stress among the employees. I am searching for an effective but not too costly way of preventing stress related illness and absenteeism, people not coming to work, absenteeism in the workplace. Okay, I am the boss, and as usual, the boss really doesn't have any suggestions. The boss is clueless. Haha, what's new? Okay, all right. I am the boss, and I'm clueless. Hooray! Okay, let's see. Let's go down here. Okay, Heidi. All right. You are a top manager in our company. You yourself have been experiencing burnout. You have decided to get out of the rat race. Heidi, do you know what the rat race is?
No.
Okay, excellent phrase. this is a lot of the reason why I left America and moved to the Philippines, because the pace of life is much slower here. The rat race is basically the idea of working, 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 and really never getting ahead, not really saving a lot of money. I was part of the rat race. Fine, I had a nice house. I had two cars. Great, I had a bunch of stuff, but I had zero social life. I had no family. I wasn't couldn't even date anyone because I was working so hard. I had really lost contact with my friends, and all I was doing was working. For what? For things I couldn't even enjoy. I couldn't take vacations. I had very little time off. I was part of the rat race. If you can imagine, if you've ever seen the little hamsters or gerbil cages where they have the little wheel that goes around and around and around and around and around, and the little mouse or whatever just runs and runs and runs but goes nowhere. He's in a rat race. Anyway, you want to get out of the rat race, and you're planning to open your own shop, artist supply shop. Great. All right, so your interest is you're a bit of an artist. I don't know that you're planning to quit, by the way. I have called the meeting as your boss to talk about alleviating stress. Okay, here's the important part. Heidi, you want to persuade me to encourage employees to take up watercolor and sketching, a little artwork, art classes to relieve stress. That's your hidden agenda, okay? A hidden agenda, like a secret plan. Okay. That's your idea. Okay. Let's see. All right. Giancarlo. All right. You're another manager.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's your situation. Your brother-in-law runs the only chauffeur service in town. Okay. You want to suggest, your plan to suggest that the boss should arrange chauffeur-driven transport to and from work, a chauffeur to work, okay, and to the airport for senior management. Your idea is that a chauffeur service would reduce stress involved in traffic jams, aggressive driving, okay. The problem of commuting, going back and forth to work. All right, that's your strategy. All right, got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay. Jorge, let's see. What are you? What's your deal? All right, you're another manager. You're in the meeting. Ooh, your partner is an aromatherapist. Okay. Do you know what an aromatherapist is, Jorge?
Yes.
Have you ever tried it?
No, never.
Me
I don't believe
neither.
in it.
Me neither. Okay. All right, but nevertheless, your partner, okay, who you live with, is an aromatherapist, and you want to persuade the boss to do aromatherapy sessions. Treatments can be relaxing or invigorating, and they are completely natural. The oils are inexpensive. Okay, there you go. Aromatherapy. Obviously, your hidden agenda, all of your hidden agendas have to do with your own personal lives outside the company. You're trying to help yourselves, but you've all got your own agenda. And finally, Gregory, you're going to the meeting. Your brother is a qualified fitness trainer. All right. You want to suggest providing personalized exercise programs and workout facilities for the employees. Okay. All right. Maybe okay. Also, workout facilities. So you're thinking of actually getting the company to invest in equipment, even. All right. So there we go. Each of you knows your role here.
I don't understand, okay, what's the central problem?
The
Why is it?
central. Okay, well, I'll explain it because I'm the boss and I'm calling the meeting. So let me detail it again for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentlemen, I've called this meeting of the board today because I've seen a significant increase in absenteeism and tardiness. And it seems, as I look at the reasons for this absenteeism and tardiness, which is affecting our end profit. It's affecting the company, and I think because we've had many employees running into overtime, and because our actual sales orders have gone up, everybody's working very hard, and the excuses that I see why people don't go to work seem to be stress-related illnesses or stress-related problems. This can't continue because as our business increases, we can't have less employees at work doing the work. So here's what I believe is the problem. I believe this is related to stress and burnout in the workplace. So I want to have an open brainstorming meeting about what we can do to attack this problem head on. So that's why I've called you here today to have a sort of an open brainstorm meeting and see what suggestions that you might have to deal with this company-wide problem. Okay. Better now, Gregory?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, boss.
You're welcome. Could you get me a cup of coffee? No, actually, I should ask Giancarlo for the coffee. Giancarlo, can you get everyone a cup of coffee?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What were you going to?
Continue.
Oh, here's my coffee. Okay. Ladies first. I suppose Heidi, what suggestions might you? Do you have any suggestions how we can deal with the problem of stress at work?
Many workers are stressed. They said they can't sleep well, so they need to have some hobby. How about water painting? It's very good hobby. For example, watching the outside, very beautiful scenery, then they paint on the paper.
Okay.
Maybe they can relax on the outside.
Outside?
Outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would we work that out? How do we give? Because of course the workload is increasing. How do we get people to go outside and
go outside? Now our company is very big, so we have backyard. There's very beautiful Japanese garden. It's very good subject to paint.
Oh, I see. Okay. And what about supplies, instruction, things like that? What are we talking about for cost?
Oh, only water painting, so it's very cheap.
I thought art supplies were expensive.
No, I don't think so. Even elementary school students can do that, so it's very cheap.
Yes, but schools don't care how much money they spend. Okay. Okay. When could this activity take place? As far as scheduling, how would that work?
So I mentioned before this Japanese garden, our company's backyard, so it's very good and very close.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Giancarlo, what can you bring to the table? Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, sir. Before beginning my idea, I'd like to I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to give us to give you some ideas talking about our company because of course I noticed that the staff they are not working properly for the last 2 months, and I consider the transportation is a very good problem. It's a very bad problem here in our company, sir. I consider that maybe if the company can rent some buses just to take all the employees to their homes, it could be a great idea. Um, there are some very famous companies here in our country, sir, and maybe why don't we try to get prices and try to investigate prices, talking about renting some buses for the company, sir.
Okay. Do you have any experience with this before? Uh, has any place you've worked with before actually put in a transportation program for their employees?
Yeah, of course. In fact, there are three different companies here in our country, and my brother-in-law works for the best company here in our country, sir. If
No,
you
no.
want me to,
You misunderstand. I'm sorry. I'm
okay, okay.
asking if I'm not familiar with any. I have not worked in another company that actually had this program where employees were shuttled to and from work.
Okay, yeah, I got it, I got it. So yeah, I was working in a hotel some years ago,
Hmm.
and all the employees there, all the staff, they had transportation. There are different routes during the day, three or four different routes, and the
Right.
transportation used to take them and used to take them home, and the same transportation used to pick them up to the company. So
Right.
employees they must stay in a certain place just to take the route, the bus. And we are going to save money because the routes they are going to they are going to pick them up in certain hours, maybe 30 minutes before they check in. So it could be a great idea because some employees don't have cars and they take a subway. Maybe they sometimes take taxis and they take buses and
Okay. So to clarify, let me make sure I understand you. You're saying that the employees would go to sort of central hub locations where they would be transferred from. The bus would pick them
mm,
up at various central locations around the city, right? Bring them
yeah.
to work. But then you said they would bring them home to their actual home, or back to that hub where they were picked up,
Well, from the company to their homes and from their homes to the company, sir.
to their actual physical residence.
Yeah.
Because of course, wow, okay, because that seems like it might be very expensive. Because we have a thousand employees and they're all over the city. That's a lot of driving.
Mm, okay. Okay.
And
Remember that the stops there are going to be just maybe six from 6 to 10 different stops. And if the employees want to take this transportation,
okay,
they they must be there on time
okay, so
in
hub.
order.
That's okay. That's hub locations. Okay, a hub, central location they would go to. That
Specific
was my question.
location,
Right, right. Okay, all right.
specific
I see.
locations. Yeah.
Okay, and the other problem I see is because of tensions in the world and problems, the inconsistency of the world oil market, the price of gas. Would we be getting into something where we pay this price and then 3 months later we're paying this price because gas prices went up, and 6 months later we're paying this price? It, I question the stability uh, of the amount of the expenditure, how much we would have to spend.
Yeah, but remember,
Any
sir.
ideas? Yeah.
Yeah, remember, sir. Yeah, we must maybe have an investigation talking about gas and all that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
here the point is, if we are losing more money without this kind of service for the employees,
Hmm.
or thinking about the gas expenses. So
Okay. Okay.
what could be
All
the
right.
best option? But there must be a solution talking about employees.
Well, I need you to do two things. I need you to investigate. Give me three companies that actually provide this service and quotes. And secondly, I will want you to make sure you have quotes. See if you can get guarantees as far as at least quarterly or biannual, uh, twice a year, at least for 6 months, a contract that is totally stable. Can you see if that's possible? Can you do some investigative work for me?
Certainly, sir.
Okay.
Certainly, sir. Next month,
Oh, Giancarlo is disconnected. Okay, thank you. Jorge, what do you have for me?
Uh,
Jorge?
Thank you, first of all, sir,
Uh-huh.
for inviting me to this meeting. I understand the point of view at the same time of the Giancarlo. I think, unfortunately, I disagree with the Giancarlo idea because it's going to cost an arm and a leg for the company, and I think my solution could be cheaper.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have heard about aromatherapy.
Um,
Aromatherapy it's a very nice solution, cheaper, and studies has demonstrate that when we use the aromas, we can be relaxed. We can take more advantage in uh, our work, in our job, and we can be more focused, and at the same time we can be more product wow
Productive?
productivity, we can productive. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Actually, I have a friend of mine. She's an expert in this topic, and she can give us an advices, sorry, about
Advice?
this topic, and I advise, yes, and I'm sure it's going to be a very nice solution for our workers.
Okay, how long do these, does this therapy last? How long is a session, shall we say?
I think this is one of the best things because we only need between 5 and 10 minutes a day. It's
Really?
not too much time.
Hmm.
Yeah, the idea is receive our people at the first time of the shift, and we can and it's going to help them to be more relaxed, and uh, actually the elements or the tools that we need, it's not expensive.
Okay. Uh, how do they do that? With candles? With Do they bring a bunch of flowers into the room? How does that work?
Yeah, something like that. But as I told you, we need an expert that they know about
Okay.
the aromas. I don't know how can I say
Aromas. Okay, pronunciation.
aromas,
Aroma. Yeah, aroma.
aromas, because there are some aromas that can help inspire our
Okay, all right,
workers, and there are another aromas that can
all right. Uh,
that can relax.
do you have any idea? Can we do aromatherapy for the whole office at once while they're working?
Yeah, yeah. As I told you, I have a friend of mine that she is a very expert in this topic,
Yes.
and actually she has a company who work a company that work with other companies in this topic.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you book me an appointment for after my working hours?
Of
You can
course.
get with my secretary and see when I have some free time. Actually, book me a session for like an hour so that I have a chance to actually talk about things. Could you do that for me?
Of course,
Okay. Thank you.
you can count with this.
You can count on this, or you can count on me.
On this.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
also, pronunciation relaxed. T sound relaxed.
Relaxed.
Yeah, no extra syllable. And the first of the shift, okay, probably better to say at the beginning of the shift or at the start of the shift. Either is perfectly normal, acceptable.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I, I imagine I've worked in companies where they have an open floor plan and they're literally 500 employees in one area. So I'm imagining like burning candles or something throughout the whole floor. Oh, you know, yeah. Let's get them in mass, and let's take care of the whole show. Uh, I just never thought of that before. Fantasies in my head. Okay. Anyway, Gregory, what can you suggest?
I'm, I'm very sorry. I have to go to the work, but in the short, in
Fine.
the short,
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have
you
given you more
know,
time.
I agree with all top managers who speak before me and say bring him great solution. But I have only one to add to this stuff. I have very experienced men who have a lot of work in this area, and he know how to solve this problem, and he can to bring to us new ideas and new solutions. He is expert on this area, and he has very good uh, very good advertisement from other places, and he has equipment, special equipment, and special methods of solve this problem, our problem. I think it's can help us a lot. Uh,
Okay. All right. He's an expert in the field. Again, could you get with my secretary and would he be willing to come here and meet with me in my office? Would that be? Do you think
no,
that's
no
possible?
problem, no problem. I can organize this meeting.
Okay. What sort of solutions does he have? Is he some kind of stress management professional? Is
You
that what
know
you're saying?
what? I don't want to break you with my opinions. Much better hear to him themselves because
Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh, good answer. Okay. Uh, okay. You don't want to. I don't want to contradict him. I don't want to mislead you. So better that it's better that the expert speaks with you, sir. Like that.
yes,
Good.
sir.
Good answer. Nice. Uh, that's good. So a little mystery there. Okay. Very good. Gregory gives me a suggestion, but doesn't
I
really.
don't want to say it's my brother because it's not good.
Right. Right. Exactly. Right. And actually, I like that approach. It's a little bit mysterious, but he's an expert. He has not good advertisements, but good recommendations from other
Yes,
companies.
yes, I forgot
Better.
this word.
Right. Okay. Um, I really like the phrase. Okay, I have one idea or point. I have one idea. I have one suggestion to bring to the discussion. All right. I have one suggestion to bring to the discussion. Very nice phrase for introducing an idea at a meeting. Very nice. I like that a lot. I also like your approach. Oh, everyone has great suggestions, great ideas. I agree with all your ideas. Very nice, Gregory. You're good at this. Okay. You're great at this, and I hope you come back tomorrow because tomorrow we're going to try another role play business class. We'll have another meeting.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Interesting. See
Yes,
ya.
teacher.
Bye. Have a good day at work, Gregory. Okay. See you guys. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.
See you again.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Clay.
teacher.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. See you.